So today's video is a continuation. Once again, I said I was going to post it yesterday and I forgot that I don't upload every day. I upload every other day usually, so that didn't happen. But I am going to post it today. Phoebe's going crazy. You guys haven't seen her in a while. Here she is. The big puppo. Oh, you're like crooked. Please sit up nicely. Big yawn. You can't even see her eyes. You happy now? So like I was saying, I was supposed to post this video yesterday and I just didn't because I forgot about my schedule. A very unofficial schedule, just to be clear. So let's get into my continuation of the Trisha, Jeffree, Shane and everyone else drama that we got ourselves into. So before we get started, here's my Instagram, here's Phoebe's Instagram, and here is my TikTok. Subscribe because YouTube hasn't unsubscribing people and recommendations aren't being pushed out as much. So subscribe, hit that bell. Be notified when I'm uploading, and let's get into it. So where we left off is Trisha says Jeffree and Shane are bad friends, right? That happens. There's podcast episodes, there's frenemies episodes, there's videos on her channel, there's TikToks. Then Ryland does an episode of The Sip, which is his drama podcast, even though he claims to hate drama. I don't know, a bit weird, where he apologizes to Trisha, but essentially just says like, oh well, you should have come to us, we're not mind readers, when she said she did. Then no one else really like acknowledges it. She then responds to that video. A lot of tweets come out. James kind of gets involved. You know, a few people start shading here and there. Gabriel Zamora, just a few people. And then Oscar Wilde comes out with a video basically saying Jeffree was trying to drop Shane for a while now because of the scandals that he's been getting himself into. And that's kind of where we left off. So now, Ryland's mum has been shading Trisha on Twitter. So she's been liking tweets that are like, why is Trisha coming for the Sip? It has nothing to do with the situation. She's just a clout chaser. Like she had no problem with them before and now she has a problem with them now. And it's like, how about YouTubers control their parents? How about we make sure that like they don't make drama worse and instead just make it a little bit better, like a little bit easier. Like I think sometimes parents just don't understand like we can see your likes on Twitter, unless she did it on purpose, but like, why would you? After an episode of The Sip where Ryland and Lizzie both apologize to Trisha, liking those kind of tweets doesn't look good. How about we learn? How about we teach our parents to not get involved in drama because it just doesn't end well? But that's fine, you know, that happened. Now, there's been old clips of Trisha and Shane Dawson that came out. There are more inappropriate clips of Shane Dawson coming out. There are also inappropriate clips where Trisha Paytas was involved. So there's some videos that he filmed with underage YouTubers who, you know, it was kind of inappropriate undertones, and Trisha would be in on those videos, in on those jokes. It's like people are now saying like, so you have an issue with all of this, but you didn't have an issue with it back then. There is a video where Trisha and Shane are basically like, one day we're going to get into drama and our friendship's going to fall apart and we're going to start making videos crying about each other, like putting each other in thumbnails and stuff. And like, here we are now. That's exactly what they're doing. That is exactly what they're doing. They're putting themselves into videos crying. Well, no. Trisha's putting Shane into videos, but Shane's just not getting involved. So he's not pulling his side of the deal. Like, he's not doing what he said he was going to be doing. It's disappointing, to say the least. Like, it's not as dramatic as they made it out to be a few years ago, you know? But that happens. So there's a few old stuff coming out. Then there's TikToks posted by Trisha Paytas about this whole situation where she's basically mocking the whole situation for a few likes. I think this is like like-wise and view-wise, I'd compare this to, you know, how she was doing during the Charlie Dixie James drama. Like, she's getting a bunch of likes. I mean, most of her TikToks about Shane Dawson are getting like 400,000 likes. You know, things like, oh, I don't know how I was friends with a sociopath for 12 years and just like stuff like that. So she's basically just like poking fun at the whole situation. Some people think it's funny, some people think that she's basically milking the situation for some views, which, yes, that's exactly what she's doing. Like, whether you agree with it or not, that's exactly what she's doing. Jeffree Star tweets out saying that he's going to be posting a video day after. So like, he posted a tweet basically saying, I'm going to be posting a video tomorrow. Tomorrow was yesterday. I think he posted it yesterday at night. And people are basically assuming like, oh, it must be about Trisha. Like, he's going to do a Trisha video. And people are kind of confused because he never really addresses drama. And when he does, he like barely does. Like, for the last, I'd say, year since the Breaking My Silence drama, he would post videos that are like addressing the rumors, and it'd be like 10 seconds of addressing the really mild rumors and then leaving the actual rumors to, you know, keep on being rumors. And it'll be like a 30-minute video where for 10 seconds he goes, well, some people are assuming that I didn't actually get robbed. And it's like, that's the least of our concerns. Sir, that is the least of our concerns. The amount of insider articles that you need to address, the allegations you need to address are definitely not the ones about you faking being robbed. Allegedly. That is not the one we're waiting for. that is not the one. He's been doing this a lot, and usually he does it right before he launches a product. So he'll do one of those like addressing the rumors video, and then he will launch like the cremated palette or something. So it's like, is he gonna launch something now? I don't know. But talking about launches, I'm gonna get to that in a minute. And then he posts a video basically now saying, I've been cancelled again, and so I went on a $200,000 shopping spree. I couldn't even get the words out. $200,000 shopping spree. And the whole video is basically him going, well, I know I've been cancelled, but like I went to Louis Vuitton and I asked them to make me a custom monogram colour, and they did, and they made it pink. He basically called me broke. He was like, I've been cancelled, but you're still broke. I'm cancelled, you're broke. I'd rather be cancelled than be broke like you. That's basically what the whole video was. I was like, okay. So he didn't really address anything, but then if you go into his description, he addresses the fact, you know, he addresses the situation. He's like, I've been cancelled again, and he calls it slander. Slander. So apparently he's saying that Trisha Paytas is lying. But like in legal terms. He's like, legally, you're lying. And Trisha Paytas then posts a TikTok basically being like, how can you accuse me of lying when everything I'm saying is true? And there are people now coming out showing me text messages, and why did you also apologize? Like, that's the one thing I'm not understanding, is people are like, oh, she might be lying or exaggerating, but like, why did he say that he apologized to her then? What would he be apologizing for if this is a lie?
Okay, so in Jeffree's a new video where he just goes on a Louis Vuitton shopping spree, which is cool. He's like, I got canceled again. Once again, just that's his MO, that's his brand. I expect it from Jeffree. That's not even my issue. Like, Jeffree has like totally gone under my radar now. It's all about like how Shane and Ryland are actually two-faced and lying is coming. But in Jeffree's new description, he says that he was slandered because people say that he money shames, and he's saying he doesn't. He's considered that slanderous. Well, let's look at this clip from What Else But The Sip.
Monthly, yeah, it's expensive, but my mortgage is really low. Unlike a lot of YouTubers, actually paid for my house. Yeah.
So you don't want to believe me or the other people like stories about it. Like, he says it in his own words, as if it's like so horrible to be renting a house. Like, a lot of people can't even afford a roof over their head, and the fact that they just like laugh and giggle about it is absolutely disgusting. So there's no slander there. It's from the horse's mouth himself. Next. To me, that's like the most disgusting, like money shaming, like during this time right now, like.
But since then, people have found a deleted video of her basically vlogging her Vegas trip with Jeffree. She was like, I love him. We had so many heart-to-heart conversations, and he just gets me. And people are like, it's weird, because if she had like such an awful time, she probably wouldn't like film it and gush over him that much. She'd just be like, oh, like I didn't get enough footage, I can't post it. But instead she decided to film the whole trip, show the best parts, and then basically be like, oh my god, I love Jeffree so much. People are saying like, is she lying? Is she exaggerating? Or was she just manipulated and scared, and therefore she didn't speak about it back then, and he knew that she was filming the vlog, so she had to put it out and she had to make it look positive, otherwise he would have a go at her. And now she's brave enough to come out. Like, people are just wondering. But also, like, she's not lying, because if she was, like I said, he wouldn't have apologized to her, and he wouldn't have publicly said that he has apologized to her. And Shane and Ryland have also admitted that this is a thing, because Ryland was like, oh, like I didn't get involved, so I thought it was just like a thing between you guys. So everyone knows that this was a thing, right? So like, she can't be lying, because otherwise no one would know about it. It'd just be her like coming out with these wild allegations, but everyone knows, which is why Hair by Jay filmed that live stream, because he was like, oh, we had an awful time with you. So like, you know, it's weird, because that old video came out and I was like, oh, is she lying? But then I was like, no, because Jeffree apologized to her, and he publicly said, I apologize to you. So also, why is he saying in the description, oh, this was slander? Like, slander where? Because you apologize for it. If you apologize for something, you can't then be like, you're lying. People are also talking about the fact that Jeffree Star doesn't ever really send messages. He only ever sends memos, because he doesn't want people to save them. Am I the only person who keeps voice memos? During this whole drama, people have made it seem like this really creepy and weird thing. I always keep memos, because sometimes I don't reply straight away and I want to keep it so that I don't forget what someone said, but also sometimes I just want to look back to what someone said so I can like reply to it further in conversation, so I don't have to like try to remember what they said, because people send like really long voice notes. Am I a weirdo? Am I a creep? Am I Jeffree Star for saving memos? I've only just now been told that this is a weird thing to do, and I apologize profusely to anyone, but I will not stop keeping memos, because I have a really bad memory. And I need to know what the conversation is about so I can like reply properly. But also, a lot of the people that I talk to are in different time zones. Sometimes they'll say something to me and I can only reply a few hours later, and then I say something and they reply a few hours later. So like, I need to keep voice memos, otherwise I'll literally lose the plot of the conversation. But I've just been made aware of the fact that this is apparently a really weird thing to do. So, No one told me. No one complained. This is news to me. Anyway, apparently Jeffree Star doesn't send actual messages. He sends voice memos and then you can't keep them because apparently he like would probably make a big deal of it. So no one ever has proof of the conversations between them and Jeffree, which is really weird, to be fair. Because like I never really say anything so bad that I'm like, oh, you can't keep my voice memo. Like I'm never like, oh, why did you keep my voice memo? You know, because I'm just like, I sent it to you for a reason. Like if I didn't want you to know my opinion on something, I wouldn't have sent it to you. It's like, you can keep it, you know? I don't know. Anyway, then another point is Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson, right? So you go on Jeffree Star's website. I don't know if that's still the case as I'm filming this video or as I post this video, but when I was planning this, if you went on Jeffree Star Cosmetics, nothing is on sale except for his controversy and conspiracy collection of Shane Dawson. Everything is on sale. Everything. Now, I know that this could be like he plans sales every like, let's say quarter or something, and every quarter he has a sale or whatever it is. Like, you know, companies usually plan these things ahead of time, like as like a marketing thing. But it's a bit of a coincidence that every time there's drama with Shane Dawson, things go on sale. Bit weird if you ask me, because I'm pretty sure during Breaking My Silence a lot of stuff went on sale as well. Unless he does this on purpose to sell more stuff, because he knows that even if he puts on sale, because he will sell more in volume, he'll actually end up making more money than he would just having it full price. Maybe it's a marketing scheme. Then Lipstick Nick, who has worked with Jeffree for, you know, a really long time, she'll like do his makeup for different promo for his makeup and lines and stuff, but lately they've kind of been a bit more distant, so I don't know what the situation is between them. But she posted like a picture on Instagram that was like, apologize for like your actual mistakes rather than people's like feelings and emotions, and people assumed it was to do with the Trisha Paytas situation. So then they were like, oh, is this about Jeffree? And she was like, no, this isn't about any YouTubers or any friends or anything like that, it's just about relationship advice. So I think initially it was about that, and then she probably started backpedaling, but I don't know. It was just really weird timing. You know, people are like, they just post stuff in really weird timing. And then the last thing is Trisha and Ethan posted another episode of the Frenemies podcast where they spend the first like 20 minutes or so talking about the drama, and they react kind of live to the Ryland podcast, like the SIP podcast. And Ethan calls him a weasel, basically says like, for someone who has a drama podcast, you really can't take the heat. Like, why would you make a drama podcast? And then Trisha's like, yeah, he doesn't even like drama, so why does he have a drama podcast? And then they talk about how they shouldn't have turned off the comments because that's like the worst thing you can do when you're in drama, because it just fuels the fire more. She mentions how Shane is always either in the room while they're filming it or he edits the podcast. So like, this was co-signed by Shane, is what we all said. Like, Shane co-signed the message that Ryland sent out. And then Trisha actually mentioned to Ethan how Shane and Ryland wanted Trisha to marry them, like to be the person marrying them. So like, for him to now turn away from someone who was that close with him, where he wanted them to be so involved in like probably the most important day in his life, and now he just turns on them. Like, I don't understand how you can be like, oh, can you marry me? Can you take part, like a huge part in one of the biggest days of my life? But then also now I'm going to just turn on you because my friend said so. A friend that I've known for less time than you. I don't know, it's just like a really weird situation. Regarding kind of like people related to Shane Dawson, Morgan Adams recently filmed a video where she talks about her pupils. One of them is more dilated than the other, and she went to like a doctor, but the clinic's called like Amen Los Angeles Clinic or something like that, and people were like, it's really weird. And she went there and the whole thing looked like a big ad. Like, it just looked like she was promoting this place probably for money, but it was like an undisclosed sponsorship, because it just seemed really weird that she like went to this exact place to film a whole video about her pupils dilating. Like, it was really weird. And all the comments are basically like, can you please go to a real doctor, because this looks like he like Googles stuff and then just tells you what he finds on Google. Like, it was really weird. So she got a lot of heat for that, because people are like, first of all, this looks like an undisclosed sponsorship, which is illegal, and second of all, you should probably go to a real doctor, because this guy just does not look like a real doctor. But yeah, anyway, that's it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, comment down below anything you want to comment down below, and subscribe to post videos every time something happens. Hit that bell, you'll be notified when that's happening. Social media links, any other links in the description. I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.